Hello everyone. Today our topic is electricity and magnetism. We have divided this topic into multiple videos. In this particular video, I am going to teach you how a magnet works, what exactly a magnet is. So without further delay, let's solve this guy. What is a magnet? Magnet is something that attracts iron or any metallic substances. This we all know. But let's go a little bit into the history of magnet. Magnet, or that time it was known as lodestone. I am talking about 5,000 years ago when a little bit of rock was found in the town of Magnesia in Greece. Right now, this Magnesia belongs to the country Turkey. That time, it was not used to known as magnet. It was called lodestone, and it was also very famous as it was extremely capable to guide people into geographical location of north and south. And then what happened is we found magnetite. What is magnetite? It's not a pure magnet, it's an ore of an iron metal. Gradually, it was found that the natural magnet, that is lodestone or the ore of iron magnetite, is not strong enough, or they don't stay long enough to their magnetic properties. So people started making artificial magnets in the form of bar magnet, horseshoe magnets, magnetic needle, which are specially used in the magnetic compasses. These are the artificial magnets which are being made by the human beings gradually. What are the properties of magnet? Every magnet has two specific properties. The first is the attractive property. Due to this property, magnet has the capability to attract small pieces of iron or similar metallic pieces. The second property, it is the directive property, due to which it can direct the north-south direction in the earth. Magnetic poles. What are magnetic poles? The ends of any magnet where its attractive property is maximum, that those two ends are called magnetic poles. So the key points here are ends of a magnet where its attractive property is maximum are called the magnetic poles. Each magnet is consisted of two poles, that is, they are bipolar in nature. They have two poles. Here you can see this is a bar magnet. It has two poles, that is north and south. Two poles. Every magnet has two poles, that is north pole and south pole. Even if I show you a horseshoe magnet or any other magnet other than the bar magnet, you would be able to see that each and every magnet will consist of two poles. North and south poles, they sound very similar to the geographical north pole and south pole that we have studied in geography, or we see in the atlas or in the maps, right? But in magnets, what do we mean by north and south pole? If we take a bar magnet and just freely suspend it with a string, it will come to rest after a certain point of time, okay, and it will face at a particular direction. The end of the magnet that is pointing towards geographical north, that end we call as the north pole of the magnet. Whereas the end of the magnet that points at the geographical south pole, that end is known as the south pole of the magnet. This is the definition for it, and all the keywords has been marked. So please take a look and note it down. So my dear students, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, hit that bell icon so that every time we upload a new video, you get notified. Magnetism is a natural phenomenon. So, like every other natural phenomenon, it follows certain rules. What are those? The first law of magnetism is like or equal poles. They will always repel away or move away from each other when they are brought into close contact. The second point of the laws of magnetism is the unequal poles, or the poles which are opposite in nature. If they are brought close to each other, they will attract. So, like or equal poles repel each other, unlike poles attract each other. For example, North Pole and North Pole or South Pole and South Pole will always repel each other. On the other hand, if we bring a bar magnet with the North Pole at this side, another bar magnet with South Pole at this side, they will always get attracted towards each other. Another very important property of magnet is magnetic poles always exist in pairs. That means if we take a bar magnet which has North Pole at this end and South Pole at this end, and we break it exactly from the center, each of the two broken pieces will behave like individual magnets having North Pole at one end and South Pole at another end. No matter how small pieces we break them into, they will always behave like individual magnets. If we take one part of them and suspend it from a string freely, they will also point at the north-south direction as the big bar magnet was doing. So, magnetic poles always exist in pairs no matter how big or small they are. What are magnetic materials? Magnetic materials are those substances that gets easily attracted by a magnet. So what are the key points over here? As this is a definition, I'll mark the key points. Materials that are attracted by a magnet are called magnetic materials. Now, for example, we have iron, steel, cobalt, nickel, etc. So please note it down. Non-magnetic materials are exactly the opposite of magnetic materials. While the magnetic materials are those materials which get attracted towards a magnet, the non-magnetic materials are those materials which are not attracted by a magnet. The examples being paper, wood, copper, brass, aluminium, etc. Now there's an interesting thing to notice here. We always assume that any metal would get attracted towards a magnet, but here you can see metals like copper, alloy like brass, and also metal like aluminium, they do not get attracted towards magnet. Keep this in mind. Dear students, please go ahead and hit the like button. This will inspire us to bring more quality videos. Next, we are going to do a fun thing. What is that? We are going to check whether a given iron rod is a magnet or not. What we are going to do? This is a bar magnet. Firstly, we are going to bring the bar magnet with its north pole facing the iron rod. If we see that it get attracted very well. Next, we are going to reverse the bar magnet, and what we are going to do is, this is going to change. The south pole will be at this side and the north pole will be at that side. Now, if again this end of the iron rod gets attracted towards the bar magnet, then it is not a magnet. But if it gets attracted at any one of the poles and gets repelled by the other, then we can say it is a magnet. So my dear students, please listen to this very carefully. If any one end of the iron rod gets attracted to both the poles of a bar magnet, it cannot be a magnet, because as we know, the magnets have always shown this property that like poles will repel each other and the unlike poles will attract each other. So if the iron rod gets attracted to both the poles equally, then it cannot be a magnet, it's just a normal iron rod. But If it gets attracted to any one of the poles and gets repelled by the other, it is following the law of magnet. That's like pole getting repelled and unlike pole getting attracted. So that time we can say that no, this is not a normal iron rod, it is also a magnet. So my dear students, so far if you have liked this video, please share it with all your friends. Magnetic field. What is a magnetic field? We already know while we use a magnetic compass that it always points towards the north-south direction. Now, if we bring a magnetic compass near a bar magnet, we will see it will point, its needle will point some other direction other than the north-south direction. Now, if we move its position from the place where we have put it in the first place and to any other place, then the direction changes again. So we can understand that the bar magnet plays a very significant role in affecting the needle of the magnetic compass. So the definition is the space around a bar magnet in which the magnetic compass gets affected is called its magnetic field, the magnetic field of the bar magnet or any particular magnet that we are using. It is the region where the magnetic force can be experienced by any object that gets affected by the magnet. So this is the end of the first video of electricity and magnetism series. In the next video, that is part 2, we are going to discuss about electromagnets and their applications. So please stay tuned and check the videos for further details.